Hello and welcome to Inspire DI, the unofficial Destination Imagination podcast for teams and team managers. My name is Coach Kate. I'm a seasoned team manager and former STEAM competitor. Welcome to the Global Finals series, where I will be giving you much needed information to help you prepare your team for Global Finals. So let's jump right in. This is going to be a short and sweet podcast giving you all the information you need to know about pins and pin trading. So first, what is pin trading? It is the most popular activity at Global Finals. And what are these pins? Each affiliate creates a new pin or a new set of pins each year. Teams can purchase pins from your affiliate or your region. Sometimes teams will choose to make their own pins. In that case, if your team would like to make their own pins, there are guidelines about how to make them and which suppliers are certified through Destination Imagination. Those are very easy to find on the globalfinals.org website. If your team does want to create its own pins, please do that ASAP to make sure that you can get all of those pins to you in time for Global Finals. Most of the pins are made in China, so they do have to be shipped over to us to be able to trade them at Global Finals. If you've never seen these pins before and you're very curious about this pin trading and what it all is, do a quick search online for Destination Imagination pins and you will see so many different examples of these creative pins that different affiliates and teams make. I'm really excited this year to see the K-pop Demon Hunters cow pins coming out of the Wisconsin affiliate. I've also seen some really creative pins being posted from other affiliates this season. So I know my kids are already excited to trade and to see what all of the affiliates are bringing this year. Why do we trade pins at Global Finals? Where did this come from? Pins are a really easy way to communicate with other teams, even if you don't speak the language or you don't know how to approach them. Having something to trade is a way to interact. It's also a really fun souvenir or memento to collect pins and to remember where you got them and who you got them from. It's just a fun activity to do that adds some non-competitive excitement to what can be a more high-pressure situation when your team is competing on the international stage. This is just an activity to do for the kids that is fun, and they get to show their team what they've collected and what they've traded. I know my teams really love to do pin trading and showing each other what they got. We even sometimes will bring them out throughout the year. In other competitions, you'll often see many different things being traded: t-shirts, pins, pencils, rulers, all different sorts of things. To sort of even the playing field, Destination Imagination only trades pins. The only exception for that is often affiliate directors will trade t-shirts with each other. This is a fun thing that the affiliates like to do, and they'll trade t-shirts with each other, but the teams mostly just trade pins with each other, and that honestly is enough. There are plenty of pins. Where else do you get pins? So besides ordering pins from your affiliate or creating your own pins, at the Destination Imagination Global Finals in the Kansas City Convention Center, there are two additional places where you can purchase pins. One is the souvenir shop in Bartle Hall. That Bartle Hall is that third floor where all of the props are stored. Along with that, right in the middle, there's a souvenir store where you can buy all of Global Finals 2026 official pins. Now, those are often ones that you might not want to trade because they're a little more expensive than what your affiliate is probably charging for pins, but they are nice to keep and to remember that you were there. Another place to purchase pins is from DI Scholarship Committee, also in Bartle Hall, on that third floor of the convention center. That is where the DI Scholarship Committee is selling pins and also having their pin auctions there. So that's a fun way to get some extra pins if you feel like you didn't bring enough, or if you want to check one out and you see one that's kind of special. Where do you trade pins at Global Finals? This is also super important. There is one official place to trade pins at Global Finals, and that is in Ballroom C. Ballroom C is actually room 2501C. Room 2501C is on the second floor. It's spaced further away from many of the competition rooms, so it's a little bit further of a walk. You'll receive a map when you check in, and there are also maps posted, big blown up posters of the maps posted throughout the convention center. So look at those maps that are posted throughout the convention center, especially at the doors where you enter. You'll see those maps, and you could also ask any Destination Imagination volunteer, they will know where pin trading is. Trust me, that is a well-known spot. So that is the official trading spot. Now, is that the only place where pins are traded? Of course not. These kids will trade pins anywhere. The ballrooms is the most fun place to go if you're trading pins because there's so many kids there. But you will see pin trading going on all over the place. You'll see it going on in Bartle Hall by the props at the tables that are set up for people to eat lunch. There'll be pin trading. You'll see people pin trading in the hotel lobby every morning and every afternoon. You'll see people pin trading. We've been known to pin trade in the airport. People have been known to pin trade at Walmart. There is pin trading going on everywhere, but I would advise to do the pin trading in Ballroom C because you will get the most diversity in pins and you'll get to see all the different pins that people are trading, and it's a fun area to be in. And next, how do you trade pins? This might seem self-explanatory, but I would like to mention a few tips about trading pins. First of all, most teams will bring either a single pin or a set of pins to trade. In general, we should follow the rule and have your children follow the rule of 1-to-1 pin trading, which means you trade one pin for one pin. You trade one set for one set. So if there's a set of 4, you trade that for a set of 4. If there's a set of 3, you trade that for a set of 3. That's the general rule to follow about trading pins. We also want to be sure that no one is taking advantage of anyone else. We have everyone trading pins in the same place, and there is no limits as to who you can trade with. So we have high schoolers trading with elementary schoolers. We have middle schoolers trading with high schoolers, trading with elementary schoolers. The main rule, and in the spirit of DI, be fair, don't take advantage of anyone. And if you know it's not a fair trade and someone's giving you something that's worth way more than what you're giving them, don't make that trade. So please explain this to your students, to your kids, to your team. This is really important. We don't want anyone coming out of pin trading feeling bad or feeling like they got taken advantage of. I would especially talk to those middle school boys. I don't want to stereotype middle school boys, but I've taught a lot of middle school boys, and I know when nobody's looking, their integrity is not always the best. So let's remind them anytime they go to pin trade that they trade fair and that they don't take advantage of any of the younger kids. In general, you might advise them to only trade with kids their age or older, or if you want to trade with a child, make sure they have a parent around. So that's just good advice. Please make sure you do impart this advice on your teams because it's really important that everybody has a fair and happy and wonderful time at pin trading. Now, grown-ups. I trade with only grown-ups. As an adult, as a parent, as a team manager, I try to advise all of the adults to only trade with adults. There are plenty of adults trading pins. You will have no shortage of access to pin trading. Children might feel some power dynamic and feel like they have to trade even if they're not super comfortable trading something. So we never want to put anybody in that position. So pin trading is fun. The kids are going to love pin trading, and maybe some of the adults that you bring with you too will like to get a pin. What if you don't want to trade pins, but your team is all about trading pins and they want to be in that ballroom the whole time? Okay, so we will talk in a later podcast about activities to do in Kansas City and at the convention center and during global finals. But if you do have a team that just wants to spend a lot of time in the ballroom and you are getting a little stir crazy in there because you don't really have any interest in spending 5 hours pin trading, team managers, there is a wonderful team manager lounge for us to get away. So grab one of those other adults that's with you, say, keep an eye on the kids. I'm going to go run and grab myself a cup of coffee. I highly encourage visiting the team manager lounge. You can go there once per day. You do get your credentials get stamped each time you go. But you are allowed to go there once per day, grab a little snack, grab a coffee, grab a cookie. It's just a fun little place to go. I do encourage you to go at least once a day. It is nice to just get away for a minute. Also, when you visit the Team Manager Lounge, you will get a special Team Manager pin. So even if you really don't have time to visit the Team Manager Lounge at all, at least stop by there once so you can get your special Global Finals 2026 Team Manager pin that you cannot get anywhere else. Those are always a really cool pin, and I'm always proud of having those pins. That's a special pin to me every year. So I would encourage you to go for that reason, go for the free snacks, and go for the little break away from managing everybody and have a little time for yourself. My last advice I leave you with is encourage your team to trade pins. I did have one year where our team was performing last, and it was the first year any of them had been to Global Finals, and they decided to spend the entire time at Global Finals practicing and practicing and practicing their performance. And I got to tell you, it wasn't a super fun time for any of them. After they performed, they had about an hour and a half before closing ceremonies, and that was the first time that they traded pins, and they loved it. So I would encourage your kids to try to trade some pins early on and see how much fun it is, and maybe trade a little here, trade a little there. They'll really enjoy the pin trading experience and get a lot of memories from it. If you liked this podcast, please share with anyone else you know going to Global Finals if you think it would be helpful to them. And please subscribe so that you can hear all of the upcoming Global Finals podcasts that I will be sharing with you. I'm really excited for the upcoming podcast. We are going to be talking all about what to do when you are in Kansas City. I hope you subscribe so you don't miss the next few podcasts. And I look forward to seeing you all in Kansas City. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.